What up, y'all? It's your guy Dawson from D&D TV. Thank you for rating, commenting, and subscribing. Everybody who's donated, those of you all who will, you know I appreciate it. All that information is in the description box below. Also, go over to my other YouTube channel, Dawson Speaks TV. Make sure you subscribe over there. Now let's get into this topic. Alright, you all, thanks for clicking on the video. I hope everyone is doing well. You all, as I approach these stories with respect, I want you all to be respectful in the comments section. Y'all know how that goes. Now, this story is coming out of Nashville. I don't know why y'all send me these stories. It's coming out of Nashville, and a big shout out to Scoop, Nashville.com. They had this story. This story comes from them. See how easy that was? You always give credit to the people. You never try, I want to be the only one. Scoop Nashville broke this story, so you all go over there and check out the article. Nashville officers were dispatched to 501 Shadewood Drive regarding a domestic disturbance. Pastor Daryl Nolan Jr. stated earlier in the night he was outside the Play Dance nightclub talking to the defendant, Ty-Logan, about their relationship. Pastor Daryl stated that while talking to the defendant became upset. Pastor Daryl stated that the defendant started pushing him and took off his shirt and hit him in the face with his fist. Pastor Daryl had a small cut on his left eyebrow and a cut on the inside of his lip. The defendant, who is a model and an influencer, Ty-Logan, who also goes by the name of Tyonce on Instagram, take a breath. Okay, he goes by the name of Tyonce on Instagram, was booked into a Metro Nashville jail. Y'all, come on, I can't make this stuff up. He was booked into a Metro Nashville jail Wednesday night on an open domestic assault warrant. Ty-Logan is now free on a $2,500 bond. Now, when this story was first sent to me, I said, well, it's not really a big deal. He's probably one of those affirming pastors, got ordained in one of those affirming churches. And I was told, no, look a little deeper, Dawson. Look at this. I saw that he was ordained out at Mount Zion Baptist Church of Nashville in Tennessee. And I'm like, wait a minute. I know that's not the Mount Zion Baptist Church I know. And I looked again, and yes, it was. That is Bishop Joseph Warner Walker III, presiding bishop of Full Gospel Baptist Church Fellowship International. I know that's not an affirming church. Now, before I go on with the rest of my commentary, I want to play this little clip here of the pastor preaching. Watch this.
We got the Philippians 4 and verse 13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Church, I come to tell you that even though you're going through a trial and you're going through a tribulation, just be sure to give him all the praise and the adoration that he deserves. And I got 5 reasons as to why you should give him the praise and adoration he deserves. Number 1, he woke you up this morning. Number 2, he woke you up this morning. Number 3, he woke you up this morning. Number 4, he woke you up this morning. And number 5, he woke you up this morning. But as those deacons used to say, you put him in bed, sleeping in your bed. When the Lord saw him there, and he made him step back and behave.
All right, y'all, let's go in. That was a video of Pastor Daryl preaching right there. Daryl Nolan Jr., an older video. He is currently still preaching. Now, when I was looking at the comments online when this was posted, there were people who were saying, he should sit down. He should stop preaching. Oh, he couldn't be my pastor and all of this kind of stuff. And, I'm not going to go back and forth online with people. And I was just reading the comments and people were just going back and forth. And my thing is, a lot of us, we've lived long enough to see and we know that there are a lot of people who get in the pulpits across the United States and the world, and they preach one thing, but they live another, especially in the Evangelical Movement. And there are a lot of these individuals who are attracted to the same sex. And when I saw this article and I was looking at the comments, a lot of people commenting, everybody was basically saying the same thing. Well, we're not surprised. Aren't there a lot of these people who are preaching in the pulpit this way? It seems like the church is just raising up a generation of people to lie about who they really are. And I know in most religious institutions, a lot of people believe in the ex-gay movement. They believe in, reparative therapy, conformative therapy, and all that type of stuff, or that they're struggling. But I believe, along with a lot of other people, that your attractions don't change. I mean, you can choose not to act on your sexual desires. Anybody can choose to be celibate, but your attractions and your desires, that don't change. You can repress it, but I think we do people a disservice when we tell them that you're ex this, but they're still having the same attractions. Because many times we see all these people who get caught up in these scandals. We've seen this happen so much. And I wanted to do this story because I see this a lot in the evangelical movement with people who preach one thing, but they live another. And not only when it comes to stuff like this, but then they get up and then they want to preach against what they're actually doing. You see it all the time. And then when scandals happen, then they're like, all of us make mistakes and, God forgives us and all. But I understand that, buddy. I get that. But when you are living a certain way or participating in, something that you tell the people in the congregation not to participate in, what are you doing to the people in that congregation who are just like you? You got to talk to me. You can't see, and I know in church we like, we'll pray. We'll start the music and the organs, and everybody get all spiritual. And I feel the pressure. Man, shut up. What about the people who are just like you that you're preaching to? And I can't even just stop right here with the pastors and the preachers and the evangelists and the prophetess, because we know the prophetess of all prophetess who used to preach so hard against it and then came out and told us what she was doing. Please. But we got to talk about the gospel musicians. And it's like when we see this stuff on stage, you all want us to turn a blind eye and just like, oh, no, man, I'm not turning nothing. I'm here to start some mess. I am going to talk about it. It is silly. Some people were commenting saying, they need to get out of church, get them spirits out the church. We need to get that spirit out the church. Let me tell you all something. Some of these people, as I have told you all almost for the last couple of years, some of these people got turned out in the church. A lot of them didn't have to leave the evangelical movement to experience this type of, whatever they're going through, their sexuality and all this stuff. Some of them got preyed upon in the church. Not all of them, some of them. And we still don't talk about those issues. Pray. We shouldn't air the church's dirty laundry, or we shouldn't talk about it. Yeah, right. You're on the wrong YouTube channel if you don't want me to talk about it. I'm serious. I don't care how much you troll. Seriously. All this stuff is going on, and you want us to sit back and one of those great getting up mornings. This all gonna be over. I just can't wait. Don't talk about it. We just gotta just keep steady ahead. Man, shut up. Seriously, I'm so sick of that. And we're supposed to sit around and act dumb like you. And you're right. This boy don't want no woman. And some of these men don't want no woman, and some of the women don't want men. But they get in these relationships in the church to please you all. And they will do the song and the dance to please you. And then when they get married, we're supposed to go to the wedding and act like we believe it. She finally came out of that lifestyle. Now she with Chuck. Yeah, right. He finna marry Barbara Jean. He done get, man, come on. I ain't going to waste my time and my Monday and my Saturday. I ain't getting y'all no gift. No, I don't believe it. That's just this is Dawson talking. I don't believe it. I don't. That's just my opinion. Now let me go here for a minute. Somebody sent me a video on gospel singer Daryl Walls from the Walls Group. And Daryl Walls did something. I think he was on his YouTube channel, or maybe he was on Instagram. He did this video called My Testimony After the Fiasco last year. And you all remember what happened last year. Daryl Walls had a video of him, kissing a man. And the video that he did, My Testimony of the Fiasco After the Fiasco last year, he was talking about how he was so depressed and he felt like there was a burden on him and he felt heavy and a spirit of heaviness and all this stuff, and it led him to do things that he normally wouldn't do. And he was going on and on and on. And I'm like, Daryl, come on, man. Donnie done got to you? Somebody done got to you and told you to try to clean this up? Because you can't, we saw what we saw. We saw you bro, these niggas need to stop. Now, look, I'm going to get off of this, but let me say this. I know that in the Evangelical Movement and, some other religious organizations, a lot of them believe in, reparative therapy and conversion therapy. Years ago, many churches around the United States and the world used to send some of their members who had same-sex attraction, they would send them to Exodus International. That was the big organization back then. It was ran by the president, Alan Chambers, who eventually in 2012, he renounced conversion therapy, saying that it didn't work and that it was harmful. And the following year, Alan Chambers closed the organization and he apologized for the pain and hurt to the participants who came to the Exodus movement. And with all of that information, we still try to push people in organizations to get married. And your wife, she gonna help you out with that. That's your helpmate. She gonna have to deal with that with you. Y'all gonna walk it out together. Some of you women, let me tell you something. That is not your job to help him with his struggle. I told y'all that. Don't you be letting these people in these churches push y'all. I don't care the traveling evangelist. You see the prophetess of all prophetess. People been telling her all these years, she gonna get married and she gonna be a mighty woman of God. Where her husband at? See, we don't like real talk. We don't like that. Once John find a wife, he gonna be a mighty. John don't want no wife. Dawson, well, don't say that. God can do anything. Okay, I believe that, but let's be honest right here. How many of you women and men are going to marry a person who is struggling with their sexuality? Be honest with me. And how many of you want your daughters or your sons to marry a person who is struggling? Come on, y'all. See, it hits different when you put yourself in the situation. Dawson, but I still believe God can do anything, and I do too. I also believe that God could have, if he wanted to, God could have came down here and healed all the people who passed away of CV-19. Let's go there. And the ones who are in the hospitals right now. Come on, y'all. God can go right now to St. Jude Hospital to heal those children. Them children ain't did nothing to nobody. God can do that if God wanted to. God can go to every cancer ward throughout the United States of America and the world and heal. Come on, y'all. Let's not play them games. God does what God wants to do. Now I'm off of this. I know a lot of y'all don't like my opinion, but y'all still watching. I appreciate it. Hey. It's what it is, man. I had to get that off my chest because as I see this stuff come up all the time in the media and stuff, and no one's really talking about it like this. Now I'm off of this, y'all. I could go on, but I'm not. Let me say this to Ty-Logan and to Pastor Daryl Dwayne Nolan. Y'all shouldn't have been out there fighting. Y'all could have, squashed the matter or talked, but now it's, all out there. So maybe charges will get dropped in court. But you all go off in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this. Please be respectful in the comment section, though. We can agree to disagree. All right. Till next time, it's your guy Dawson. Y'all take care of yourself. Love yourself, please. Peace.